Hi guys, here we are again, Model Making Maniacs, and we're going to try and put together this little Skyhunter and do the build. The frightening, scary bit first is putting stickers on and trying to get it without too many bubbles and crinkles and stuff. So let's try that out. We saw on YouTube that somebody else did the stickers before they put the wings together, so we're going to try that one out as well.
Yep. See how it goes.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. No problem. I'll let you do this. I'll put that on your sticker. Then you just keep working your way around with the knife. And just work your way around to the front.
I think.
Yep.
All right.
There you go.
That's looking good. Right. Well, number one. Okay, so we've been sweating and perspiring over the stickers, but look, they're on. We managed to get the stickers on without too many bubbles, and you know, I'm pretty happy with the end result there. And we've put the eyes on the front of the fuselage, so hopefully you can see that okay there, and the other one on that side. And of course, our main wings, starting from the middle along the leading edge there, then working it from the middle back this way, and then with a rag just pushing it back until we get right back to the very end, and then putting a few little cuts in around the edges to cover that compound curve. Yes, okay.
And then also the numbers on the tail planes. So yep. I've got the two tails with the flags and the number 3. So the red stickers are number 3, green stickers number 2, and the black and white stickers are number 1.
Right.
So
you've probably noticed already that the underside is been painted yellow for these ones. So now I did that with a spray pack. Here it is. Here, what I prepared earlier. Australian export paint. Now it's just
it is an enamel.
Yeah, it's an enamel paint. Now I sprayed it from quite a long distance, maybe this far back, you know. So and
it's probably close to
takes
nearly a metre.
Yeah, well, it takes a long way back, and that way, you know, you don't get too thick a coating of paint, and it doesn't eat into the foam, even though it doesn't stick all that well. We just needed to, after Raymond flew his for the first time, when he was flying around, he could see the top, but he couldn't tell when the plane had gone inverted, which means that it was difficult to keep the orientation on the plane while he's flying. Yep. So we've decided to, you know, make.
You've gone yellow. I've gone a different option, but we'll show you that in a later video.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I did my first flight, it was actually quite overcast. So as soon as I got away a little bit and I started turning, I knew which way I was going, but I went, I'm going to lose this real quick. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And as you can see, I've already glued in with hot glue. We've glued this one in and installed the the small push rod, and I've got a little keeper there for the clamp. So, and again, I haven't installed this one yet, but on the tail, that one's already been installed. And be careful, because one of the servos that are provided has a short lead on it. See that? So you want to make sure that you only use the short lead servo for the tailplane, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So at this stage, we're thinking we'll put the wing together, and then I can pop the other servo in. We've got the hot glue gun going there, and then have a look and see how we go after that. All right?
Yep. No problems.
Okay.
Just not going to squish together anymore, so
Pretty well done.
Yep.
Okay, so let's pop this other servo in. I used very little, of course we're going to do a pre-fit to make sure that it's going the right way.
You've already centered all your servos?
I have. Now I used one of these little babies to center the servos, got the servo arms on, and then double check to make sure that they're all in the central position. So I'm happy with that now. And I'm not going to use very much hot glue on this one at all, and I'm not going to use hot glue to push the lead in. What I've done is I've pushed the lead in with a screwdriver and then just run along with a bead of CA glue just to hold that in place. And you know, because we're a bit anal, I'll probably end up putting a little bit of tape along the top there just to hold it all together.
Just in case.
You knew
Just
that
in
was
case.
coming.
I knew that was coming, right? Knew
All
that
right.
was coming.
If you, I'll just Now I've got a little servo arm keeper
on it.
here. You can see that there's a little rubber keeper on there just to hold that in to make sure, because I haven't clipped it in fully yet, and I'll do that later. But you can see now that they're both in, and in the neutral position, so it should be okay.
Glue to run along that. I'll let you do that.
I think so. We'll do that now.
Yep.
Yes,
We're okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, this area that, you know, again, gluing, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking, but here we go. We're going to pump a bit of glue on this one here.
Just, yep. Not going to take much.
And straight away on the other end.
I'll take the gun and just lay it down.
Thank you.
Yep. There we go. If we open that up, that's in.
If you want to line your end up there.
Yep. Is that in?
It's in.
Yep. Give them a squish. That should be
long way off
that's
your
good.
end.
That one's good.
Like
As long as it's square, that's fine.
Yep, it is.
They said it's close enough's probably good. You're never going to get them perfect, but you just don't want them totally out of whack, really.
Oh, so really at this stage,
they're both forward. Yep, that's okay.
I'm just going to... We're going onto paint. Oh no, there's a section between two
There's a
holes,
section
yeah.
between two holes, so you're okay.
Perhaps we could
Do you want me to drop that over that side?
sit on top of that one there. Just
Yep.
watch out for our... I guess that leaves us to the electronics. I might do some research there, right?
Yeah.
You can see now that we've got the motor on. What we had to do was we connected it up to the receiver. fired it up and made sure that we had the correct rotation, which when looking at this one should be clockwise, which would be that way, which is fine because it's a pusher prop. And also when we've placed the propeller in onto the shaft, we made sure that the writing on the propeller is facing the way the plane will fly. Yes, that's right. Yeah. So that means that when it's going clockwise, you can see the leading edge of this propeller is going to, so it's spinning correctly, and we know that it's not on backwards, and we're sacrificing some efficiency with that. So at this stage, our next step will be to tidy up the electronics. Okay, I'll get the GPS in. We'll play around with the co-pilot. I'll get the battery mounted, and we'll set that up. I've got another small little piece of electronics that has to go in here, which is a battery meter,
battery voltage,
a voltage
sender. Yep,
a voltage sensor, which is quite a nice little unit. It's a voltage sensor, and that will send the voltage back to my transmitter,
back to the receiver. So you actually you can set up a transmitter here, so it'll show you the transmitter.
It'll show me the batteries, internal batteries on the transmitter, and then it'll show from this sensor what the battery is on what's left on the battery in the plane.
On the battery in the plane. So you're not actually running it too far, and you can set an alarm on these as well.
Yes, of course. Yes. So yeah. Okay, so we're nearly there. Just a few more bits and pieces to tidy up.
Yep.
And then I'm hoping that we'll be nearly finished, and we'll be able to tidy up the build for tonight.
No problems, mate.
Fantastic. I know, it's good. Right, here we are. What is it now?
It's about 20 to 10.
Yeah, and we started at 7:45, thereabouts.
Yeah, it's about 7:45. Yep. Yeah, 7:45 we started.
So a couple of hours, really only a couple of hours to put this thing together and glue it.
And we've had a few, we could have done it quick if we wanted, but you take your time and make sure everything's right.
Yeah, so, I mean, we lined all this stuff up, and we made sure that things were nice and level. So anyway, servos are in. I've just put a little bit of tape over here to make sure that these stay nice and firm. That's run up there. We've installed the motor. Let me take this out. Of course, we've got our stickers done now, so I'm happy that with Sonic Model along the front and the evil eye in the front. Evil eye. Let's take this apart. Pop the front off. Okay, not much to see in there. So the wings. I'm going to carefully take the wings off by putting my fingers right underneath, because this little edge here is so thin that you could potentially...
You could quite easily break it.
You could break it a little bit when you pull the wings off, okay?
So,
okay, now I'll just wiggle this out because the servo wires have gotten caught underneath there. There we go. Okay. So this one is the elevator, and these two are the ailerons, which will go into the aileron ones here. Now, underneath the slide, if I move that forward, underneath the slide here we've got the co-pilot. It's a massive wires at the moment, but bad luck. We've got the receiver here and the GPS unit here, and tucked away inside there is the Zod controller. So the control box for when we do the original setting of it. Oh, look at this! I can see the yellow paint coming off
already.
Okay, right. Okay. Now, apart from that, I think I think we're pretty well. We're good to, at some stage, I'll connect up the battery, double check rotation of the propeller. Although we did check it, but I'll double check it. Make sure I've got the right center of balance, and I'll probably end up. Have you got your battery close by?
Yep.
Did you put it back in your plane?
No, I haven't connected it in. It's just sitting there.
So really, we're pretty good to go. And now it's going to be make sure I've got the right battery in there, that my center of balance is correct, and pick the right weather for a
this is the battery that
maiden flight
that worked really well. It balances up perfect with this. This is a Zop Power 11 point, so it's a 3S 1500 milliamp 100C battery, and just sits perfect in the front, and it balances fantastic. So
yeah, nice 3S.
and
So,
good little grunty battery. So
yeah.
yep. So it just sits a little bit forward, and it gives you just a great centre of balance. So, and tons of room to move it backwards and forwards if you need to.
Yeah, yeah. So once the slide moves forward again, I'll just move that.
I haven't done a what I will do is put my watt meter on and test the current draw on this motor
To work
and
out
then
your flying time?
work out my flying time on it. So
Okay, all right.
we've got the little formula and see
Well,
how
that's
much we
it.
can
That's
do.
the build, really. A couple of hours, we've got it together. You know, of course, you know, I did some prep work. I had one or two of these in, and I spent a little bit of time trying to paint the underside so that we've got a good definition between the top and the bottom when we're flying it. So, but that should cover it, and I hope that's helped anybody else that's looking at doing a video or putting together one of these little planes, right?
Yeah. Good to see the maiden, I think.
Oh
It'll be
yeah,
fun.
yes. It'll be like the others.
Yeah.
Much better than the others,
Much
I think.
yes.
Yeah. All right. Look, thanks for watching. Anyway, we'll catch you later. All right.
Yep. No
It's
problem.
goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
Bye.